everyone, and welcome here to the Hill of Tara. We are here today for this very special day, the feast day of Mary Magdalene. And we're here for a special ceremony calling up the divine feminine to restore our world to a balance, because our world at the moment is very out of balance with all the negative masculine energy running rampant. And why are we here on Rothgrania? Well, we're here in Rothgrania because Rothgrania is the part of Tara that's most associated with the feminine energy. And it is the area, the centre, if you like, of the iconic love story between Grania and Diarmid. Grania, a princess of Tara, who fled from Tara because she was expected to marry an older man, and she fled after her beloved Diarmid. And every fairy tale, every myth, every legend is like a parable. People in ancient times used those methods to get across lessons. And the lesson we have here from the myth of Grania and Diarmid is that you don't need to follow social dictates. You can decide your own life, and you have the power to do that. And you don't just do things because society expects it of you or because you've been told to do it. And the lesson we have here is that we want our new world to develop. We want the rise of the divine feminine. And there are a lot of people in this world still with strong negative masculine energy in them that do not want that to happen. So we don't let them influence us. We develop our own new world where the divine feminine is balanced with the divine masculine. Now, we're calling forth the divine feminine energy here through song, music, poetry and dance tonight. The women are here on Mount Grania, and the men are over there on the mound of the three chakras, the crown chakra, the heart chakra and the base chakra. And we're going to start off by a cleansing process where we're cleansing the negative aspects of the masculine energy over there on the three chakra mound. And then we'll be cleansing here on Rothgrania the negative aspects of the feminine energy. Now, we all have a mixture of masculine and feminine inside us. The masculine energy, if left to its own devices, is a beautiful, strong energy. It's building, it's constructive, it's doing, it's getting done, it's bringing our dreams into reality, it's protective, and if left to its own devices, it can do a great job. But if thwarted, it turns into war and violence and aggression. And that's what's happened in our world. The feminine energy, if left to its own devices, is nurturing. It doesn't create life. It needs the masculine to create life. It brings life forth. It is nurturing. It is nourishing. It's kind. It is generous. It's understanding. It's compassionate. But if thwarted, it turns into vindictiveness and desire for revenge. And tonight, here on this mound, on both these mounds, we are merging the positive aspects of the feminine energy with the positive aspects of the negative energy, because the two working together have great effect. And that's what we're doing here today. We're merging the two to create a new world for ourselves. This is the birth of our new world, and all birth must come from the feminine. So we've got to birth our new world from the feminine. And we ask that all of us who walk on this sacred ground here today receive the ethereal goodness and the soul nourishment this sacred ground offers. So we're going to go now, first of all, to start the cleansing process up on the three chakra mound there, up on the crown chakra. So let's go first of all to the three chakra mound.
We have come to cleanse the toxic masculinity that has been infesting our communities, our homes, our world for millennia. And we do this in the name of the coming of the divine feminine.
cleansing, releasing the past, releasing the negative energy from the past. We're using sage and a special elixir that was made up from the recent buck moon with sacred water from St. Bridget's Shrine, energized with crystals, energy healing and sound healing. So we're releasing the past so that we can bring in beautiful energy into the present, releasing the negative energy from the mind, the body and the soul and the aura.
And now we have seen the cleansing of the negative male energy up on the crown chakra mound, and we've now seen down here on the Roth Grania mound, we've seen the cleansing of the negative feminine. Now we're ready for Evelyn Burton to sing her beckoning song to beckon the masculine energy from the crown chakra mound over to the Grania mound here for the symbolic merging of the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And the beautiful voice of Evelyn, her song is Aroha Ahi O. It's a call of love and creation on the rolling waves of the Divine Mother's waters. And on the ocean waves, we send the call of love in the wellness of the womb waters. And her song is all about joy, peace, and love as she beckons the masculine energy over towards us here. And in the distance now we can see the torches coming closer as the men wind their way over to us here on the Grania Roth. In response to Evelyn's beckoning song, they're coming to merge the divine masculine with the divine feminine. And as the men arrive now on Rothgrania, we need to open and create the sacred space for our sacred ceremony to begin. And Declan Quigley from Anamnaska is now going to do that.
I call to the winds of the east, the great stag, all our ancestors, family members, to bring in their energy to be with us within this lemniscate tonight. And to the winds of the south, the great salmon, the fire, the old ones, the trees and the flowers and the plants, come in and join us in our celebration of raising the divine feminine. To the west, the heart and the strength of the elementals and our power animals, our angel guardians. Join us. Give us your wisdom. And to the north, the place of the warrior, the great heron. Bring us your wings and let us fly. Fly and touch wings. Come into our ceremonial space and join us. Lend us your wisdom and your strength, and be with us tonight. To Mother Earth, the spirits of the land, and to Father, Son, the universe, bring down your wonderful virtue upon us. Shine your suns upon us in this sacred spot where we come together for the rising of the divine feminine.
And now that Declan has created the sacred space, let the ceremony begin. The fire is lit, symbolic of the light being lit with the merging of the feminine and masculine energies. A new light, a new energy for our world.
Divine feminine rise, imbue into our lives, balance, peace and love, bring healing to our world.
Divine feminine rise, imbue into our lives, balance, peace and love, bring healing to our world. Divine feminine rise, imbue into our lives, balance, peace and love, bring healing to our world. Divine feminine rise, imbue into our lives, balance, peace and love, bring healing to our world. Divine feminine rise, imbue into our lives, balance, peace and love, bring healing to our world. Divine feminine rise, imbue into our lives, balance, peace and love, bring healing into our lives. Balance, peace, and love. Bring healing to our world. Divine feminine rise. Imbue into our lives. Balance, peace, and love. Bring healing to our world. Divine feminine rise. Imbue into our lives. Balance, peace, and love. Bring healing to our world. Divine feminine rise. Imbue into our lives. Balance, peace, and love. Bring healing to our world. Divine feminine rise. Imbue into our lives. Balance, peace, and love. Bring healing to our world. Divine feminine rise. Imbue into our lives. Balance, peace, and love. Bring healing to our world.
Mo is now going to call upon the Divine Feminine to fill the sacred space that Declan has opened.
First of all, I'd like to reaffirm my position on this plane. I believe that I am the initiator of the pebble that ripples the endless wave affecting myself and others, responsible for my own thoughts, words and actions that may be everlasting, constantly assessing myself to attain the highest spiritual alignment, respecting the benevolent creator within me by sharing goodwill and doing no harm to myself and others under the universal laws of cause and effect, separating the ego from heart wisdom to attain neutrality, guardian of Mother Earth, animals, plants and humanity. By this decree, I become the living example of what I believe in. So be it. Now we will call upon the divine feminine energies from Rathgrania in a simple ceremony. I, in the ever-present moment of now, call upon the divine feminine energies that they may manifest in this land, all across planet Earth, working through your ley lines, magnetic lines, your spirit lines, your feminine lines, shedding your energy all over the hemispheres, north and south. We call upon you, your divinity, in this moment. Now the rattle to send waves, pulsing waves of divine feminine energy all across planet Earth. Our space is filled with the divine feminine. We can only but give thanks to those energies, that they may sweep across this plane, balancing the divine masculine energies, so we can live as one in peace and harmony and joy. Heart-based beings on a heart-based experience on true benevolent Earth Mother's plane. We thank you for coming to our aid. We thank and honour the land where we stand. We thank the flame and the flame that burns in our hearts. Ancestors and all, we honour ye all. May you feel this blessing. And out to infinity it may go. Sweeping through the universe, sending messages of love, and care, and nourishment. And so it is.
And now we have performed for the first time ever the dance of the lemniscate. The lemniscate being the figure 8, the infinity sign, the shape in which all energy flows in all dimensions. It is a double helix molecule, as in the DNA. Our ancient ancestors knew about its significance. And first of all, I ask permission from the fairy Queen of Tara to perform this dance on her sacred ground here. And as a token of appreciation, Jennifer and Brenda will now place a small piece of bread near the fire, and Mo will place the shungite crystal near the fire as well, in appreciation of them allowing us to do this. And now we have Kiri Murray, the Bard of Tara, with a poem he has composed for this very special occasion.
A new world. Does man think he is clever when he is just a fool, using war, violence and aggression in his bid to rule? Fighting wars in trenches with his bayonet and gun, then blowing into smithereens, he is some mother's son. Purple hearts and other medals, he was brave they can brag, and all she has that's left of him is his picture and a flag. It's now time to wake up and know that it is wrong, and rid the world of bullies, the weak ruled by the strong. About the divine feminine, there's not a word at all. It's her hand that rocks the cradle, and she is the mother of them all. It's time to work together and show that she is there, and fight poverty and hunger, and treat everybody fair. We call on the divine feminine to awake and to arise, and be aware of what is happening, and open up our eyes. Give food and a home to everyone, and help them to their feet. Let no one die of hunger or sleep out in the street. Write a charter for a new world, and do not break your word. And remember that old saying, the pen is mightier than the sword.
going to sing. The song is composed especially for today, calling on the divine feminine to awaken and arise.
Awake and rise up, you sleeping goddess. Awake and rise up, this is the dawn of the day. The hour is here, the time has come. Awake and rise up, for the sword is love. 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 And the feminine rises. Awake and rise up, all you children of Danu. Awake and rise up, all you rainbow warriors. This is the butterfly morning, a golden dawning. Awake and rise up, for the sword is love. 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 And the feminine rises. The crushing hands of toxic minds, oppressing and exploiting the earth for all it can. The false religion of power and profit, the dollar and the bullet, the banker and the debt, the bishop and the faithful. Wake up and break your chains. Wake and rise up, hear the Morrigan roar. Awake and rise up, and step into your power. This is the time to wake like thunder. Awake and wake up, for the sword is love. For the sword is love. And the sword is love. For the sword is love. And the feminine rises. Raise your cup and fill it with dreams. What was suppressed before can now become revealed. The man and the boy, the women and the girl, bring us together to birth this new world. Awake and rise up, beats the Magdalene heart. Awake and rise up, who was cast into the shadows. They didn't want her heart, they just wanted her soul. Awake and rise up, for the sword is love. And 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 the feminine rises. Awake and rise up, you sleeping goddess. Awake and rise up, this is the dawn of the day. The hour is here, the time has come. Awake and rise up, for the sword is love. And 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 the feminine rising.
This is the time for the return of the goddess. The time for new beginnings. The time to let go of the past. Time to forgive. The feminine has been wounded and the masculine has been wounded. And now it's a time for new beginning. This is the time for the merging, the marriage of the sacred masculine and the sacred feminine. The heart with the mind, in order to bring about the new age for which humanity has been waiting for so long. And the divine feminine is returning. But it can only return through us. That is the only way. The divine feminine voice is becoming louder and louder. Her love is opening up all our hearts. We are becoming ready to receive her. We are becoming ready for her love to lift us up higher to the sphere of love we have never experienced before. And now that our hearts are ready, she is returning. It is happening.
As we have just performed the invocation of the Divine Feminine, it is right to close the circle. Any spirits unduly trapped by this work of art, be set free and return unto your homes, harming none on your way. So be it, and so shall it be.
So this evening, we have peeled back the layers of negativity that have shrouded the positive aspects of the masculine and feminine energies for so long now. The diamond at the core of each one of us is now shining, sparkling, shimmering for all to see. Tonight, our new world has been birthed. Birthed from the feminine, as all new life must be. Our new world of caring, nurturing, nourishing, understanding, acceptance of all diversities and differences, all birthed from the feminine. Loyalty, compassion, understanding, kindness, sharing and love. Thank you all for joining us. Let us all now go forward, nurturing and nourishing our new world. the new love consciousness we have birthed here tonight and sending out as a ripple to the rest of the world from here at Tara. Namaste.
Wake and rise up, hear the Morrigan roar. Awake and rise up, step into your power. This is the time to wake like thunder. Awaken and wake up, for the sword is love. For the sword is love. And the sword is love, for the sword is love, and the feminine rise.